If you had to choose between another referendum and a general election, and it could, for all sorts of reasons, come down to that in the end, where would you be?
Well, first of all, I very much hope that we will find a way of resolving this issue in Parliament. I think the democratic reality is that the people decided in a referendum to leave the European Union, and they left it to Parliament to work out how to do that. And it will be a stain on Parliament's reputation if at the end we have to admit that we have been unable to agree how to discharge that mandate.
But we both know that the arithmetic does not support
But if we do get to the point where Parliament has to admit that it cannot resolve this issue, then clearly, as you say, it will have to be remitted back to the people. I am not sure that a general election can resolve the question for the simple reason that both the main political parties are divided on the issue. So this is a division that runs not between the parties, but within the parties. And it isn't clear to me what the manifesto position of each of the major parties would be, and how we would resolve the internal disagreements within the two main parties.
Some might regard that, of course, as a convenient excuse for not having an election, because at the moment, anyway, the Tory party, and indeed Labour, would be hammered.
Well, look, I think you can probably take it as read, John. Parliament's in recess at the moment, but when it comes back on Tuesday, I am expecting to find that the mood in the tea room among both Conservative and Labour members is that we need a period of calm now before contemplating the possibility of a general election.
Well, but during that period of calm, you will be contemplating also the possibility of a second referendum. And what you've just said suggests, since you are totally opposed to an election, suggests that you could tolerate, welcome indeed, a second referendum.
Well, what I said about an election was that I can't see that it resolves the question. There are many.
A second referendum might.
There are many people with very, very strong views on this question. Some very strongly in favour of a referendum. Some very strongly against it.
And your view?
And I might add that even among people who are in favour of a second referendum, there is a wide difference of view about what the question should be in that referendum.
But your view,
I think it's not a straightforward issue.
So therefore, you seem to be saying if that can be sorted out, the question can be sorted out, you would support a second referendum.
My strong preference would be for Parliament to resolve this issue. But if Parliament can't resolve it, then Parliament will have to decide how we remit it back to the people, whether it is in the form of a general election or a referendum.
In which case you'd vote for a second referendum?
Well, I'm not going to commit myself today to that. I think it's going to be a very important decision that Parliament may have to make if it can't come to a way of resolving this impasse internally.